Okay, so my camera cut off again, and I think the last thing I was speaking on was Taxed On, his podcast. I really enjoyed it, and um, there were times where I didn't really enjoy it. In the last interview that I think I listened to and I enjoyed was a Meek Mill interview. I thought that was kind of dope how he met him on his turf and his environment, and we got to see a different side of Tax as well as Meek. So I really enjoyed that interview. And then the final honorable mention podcast I have that I often listen to, depending on how I feel, is Lil Duval's podcast with his sister, and I think it's like Out Cheer, We Out Cheer or something. Anyway, that is what I call my ghetto-ness, like my ghetto happiness, my my inner, I don't know, ratchetness is just so funny. And him and his sister go back and forth, and they're like fighting, and then it's all playful. It's all like sisterly love, brotherly love, like a family rivalry. It's really funny and cute. And yeah, but they're just giving their opinions just like everybody else, but it's in a different way. And sometimes I don't understand what they're saying, but I'm from the South, they're from the South, and I have this issue where I'm not always enunciating my words as well. So, but whatever. So I think that's all I have. I talked about the 8 principles of the book. I talked about the podcast that I enjoy listening to. And I think there's nothing that I need to really say other than just to give you a little bit about myself. My name is Lynette. I grew up in Mississippi. I graduated from Mississippi State University. I decided to go into education, and then I moved to Alaska, and I realized that education is not for me. And then I decided to go get my MBA, and now I'm working in accounting, and I love it, and everything is going well where I'm at, and I'm thinking about moving further and taking up utilities. That's a different side of our business that we do in accounting, and I really enjoy it. It's all about regulation, and regulation is changing, and I like doing things different. I don't like to just always do things the same way every day, all day. And what else? Okay. I'm a Cancer. I've been known to be outspoken, but now I'm learning to be tactful. I'm learning to know when to speak and when not to speak, and I'm learning to smile when there's something that I don't want to say and I don't want to make anyone else uncomfortable. And what else? Oh, yeah, and just before I leave, I wanted to make sure that I point out these things about the book, because this whole video was to talk about the book. Black Privilege, Opportunity Come to Those Who Created by Charlamagne the God. So the book was very motivational. It was inspiring. It was a self-help book. And I want to make sure that I reiterate that the book does not only pertain to Black people. This book can pertain to anyone who is willing to read it, to accept the fact that opportunity comes to those who create it. Also, the book divulged a lot about his family, his friends, and how they played a tremendous part of who he is. They helped shape him and mold him because, I mean, obviously we know that God created us in his image and he knows who we were going to be. But without your family and your friends and that influence there, you sometimes don't really, you're not really able to grow into that person and accept yourself for that person that you are becoming. Because those people, if they were not there to kind of kick you in the butt and say, hey, you need to go this way, or say, no, I need you this way, because if you don't come this way, then you're a sellout. So I think without him being, meeting his wife, that's a part of his family, him having his daughters, I'm sure he's changed. He can't possibly be the same person. I mean, I don't have kids, but I have nieces and nephews. But them being born and bringing a part of my life, I had to change. I couldn't do certain things that I did before. And so, yeah. Another thing I wanted to point out that I enjoyed in the book, his love for hip hop showed in the book because a lot of times he quoted Jay-Z, Biggie, Pac. I mean, he would quote a lyric from his one of his favorite records, I assume, and he would tie that into how he feels about black privilege. And so I really appreciate that aspect of the book. I'm running out of time, so I want to make